What happens when speaking online becomes a political act? In Kenya today, activists, journalists, and ordinary citizens are asking a difficult question. Are governments beginning to monitor dissent on social media? Digital platforms like X, Facebook, and TikTok have become powerful political arenas where debates, criticism, and mobilization happen in real time. But as political conversations move online, so does scrutiny. David Mokaya, a Kenyan content creator, was arrested not because of what he said, but because of where he was standing. His phone gave him up. His telco handed over his real-time location data. No warrant, no court order, straight to the DCI. When the charges were dropped, his lawyer, Danstan Omari, came out swinging.
Safaricom boasts of over 50 million subscribers, people who have lines under Safaricom. All those people fall under what is called the Data Protection Act. Whatever information Safaricom has of all those 50 million subscribers is protected under the Data Protection Act. How does the Data Protection Act that Safaricom has violated come into play? In Article 28 of the Constitution of Kenya, we talk about every person has inherent principles of dignity, that your dignity is inherent in you as a person. The state does not give you dignity. Dignity involves your personal data, your personal details, your contacts, your family photos that are in your phone. Your text messages are private. Your WhatsApp comments are private. That is your dignity. Some of the communication is very intimate between lovers. On Valentine's Day, people passed very intimate messages to their loved ones. And that is why the dignity of a human being is a constitutional question under Article 28 of the Constitution, and that is why we are taking Safaricom head on, because it has violated the inherent dignity of one David Mokaya.
He's suing the telco 200 million Kenya shillings for what he calls an unlawful betrayal. The government says surveillance keeps us safe, stops cybercrime, stops misinformation, stops threats. But here's the question nobody's answering. Where does national security end and silencing people begin? Because if your location can be shared without a court order, who's actually protected here? Around the world, governments now use sophisticated tools to track online activity. These technologies can monitor trends, detect coordinated campaigns, and sometimes identify the individuals behind anonymous accounts. Supporters say these tools protect citizens from digital threats. Critics warn that they can also be used to monitor political opponents. Kenya is not unique in facing this dilemma.
Madam Speaker, even thinking about banning TikTok would raise a few fundamental issues. One of it, Madam Speaker, is that this would be a complete violation of our Constitution, which guarantees freedom of expression. And Madam Speaker, even if we were to ban TikTok, we would need to ban all the others, because the youth will just move to the other platform and to the other platform. And also, from a technical point of view, I know that there are very many workarounds. The same way people in China today use WhatsApp, although it's banned. People in India are using TikTok, although it's banned, because there's always technical workarounds around these things.
It is part of a global debate over digital power and democratic accountability. Social media has changed politics forever. It allows citizens to question leaders directly, organize protests, and expose corruption in real time. But the need to curtail freedom of expression on social media feels like a desperate move to obliterate the exposure of their corrupt endeavors more than the genuine need to counter cybercrime. So here's the big Q. In a digital democracy, who should hold the greater power? The citizens speaking online or the institutions watching from behind the screen? Because the answer to that question may define the future of political freedom in the digital age.